Hello, do you remember that one time when you were watching your favorite movie or TV show and you accidentally paused it, but when you paused it, it happened to perfectly land on a frame that's now giving you a sudden rush of deja vu? And now you're like, I feel like I've seen this before, like I know I recognize it from somewhere. I mean, I've seen the infamous DiCaprio point and other stuff like The Great Gatsby, Django Unchained, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that random picture on Twitter where that dude got ratioed. Wait a minute, this shit is a meme. Now, unless you live under a rock, chances are you've seen something called a meme circulating across your eyes when browsing the internet. But in simple terms, all a meme is basically an image, video, or piece of text so funny to one person, they decide to share its beauty with the rest of the internet. And if the internet likey, the meme goes viral. I'm saying it goes viral. Like the Drake, nuh-uh, I don't want that, but I do want that meme, or the chicken jockey. But has anybody else noticed the weird trend that's going on right now? That's how Hollywood is using these memes in their culture to make money and to basically control everything they do creatively. Now, before I can really good cooking, let me bring you back to a show that everybody and their mama knows of, Spongebob SquarePants. This show came out in the late 90s and it was a smash hit upon the first pilot episode. Like, you got Spongebob, the guy who loved keeping people happy and making up them sexy, tasty burgers. You got Patrick Star, his best friend who lived under a rock and is unemployed. You got Squidward, the neighbor who pretty much hates everything except his clarinet. A thieving maniac named Plankton, and lastly, his capitalist boss, Mr. Krabs, who, if he would, sell his own daughter for $1 just so he could frame it and hang it on his wall. Like, bro, this show been going on for 20 years and it's had 3 different generations who've all consumed SpongeBob content at some point in their lives. And I understand, because it was the best high-octane content that our brains could get a hold of at a young age.
Mrs. Puff?
It's like the brain rot we had before TikTok was a thing. Still, this show was so much of a fucking banger that in almost every country, SpongeBob ranked as the #1 most popular meme TV show of all time. And what is that? It smelled like money. So what do you think Nickelodeon did when they figured this out themselves, that SpongeBob was so well memed? What they did what any big studio would do, and they directly made some fucking merchandise off the most popular meme, the SpongeBob Heads Out meme. We finna make a buy this goddamn meme. They saw a handful of suckers who they knew would buy this, and just so they could show it to their friend and be like, hey Billy, remember that meme from the SpongeBob on the telly? Yeah, what about it? Well, now I have it in real life and you don't, so you can suck it. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of a meme if you have to physically pay for it? I mean, I can just look at it online. See? Like, I'm not gonna go buy a new version of a physical NFT just so I can show my friends. I can show my friends for free on my phone instead of just sitting off physically in the corner somewhere collecting dust. Hey, I moved seats because I got tired. Right, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because how many of you also notice how every year we get a new remake, reboot of an old IP shoved down our throats so they can profit off of our nostalgia? You? Oh, and you, sir. And you there. I see you raise that hand. Come join us. You know it's true. Thanks. Now, one way I've seen how a studio, Nickelodeon, have tried to profit off of old memes and nostalgia is through the use of using a show called Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, Avatar is arguably one of the greatest shows ever created, as it follows a young boy named Aang who gets chosen to be the Avatar. He decides that he doesn't want to do that shit, and he basically runs and puts himself in ice while an entire country is on the brink of a war. Then he wakes up 100 years later, trains in the 4 elements, and he beat the Fire Lord's ass so bad that it actually does bring the world peace. So maybe Aang is telling us that running away from our problems does work. So just trap yourself in ice, wake up 100 years later, and you could get the girl that you want. But what this show does so well is introduce complex characters with a ton of depth, like Aang himself, because he go from an adolescent whining ass baby to a 112-year-old man who saves the world and gets the girl. Oh, you think you fucking cool, don't you, Aang, jackass? I want to be you, the Avatar, run away from your responsibilities in ice, wake up 100 years later, and then still get the girl of your dreams? You're an asshole. Then you got Katara, who starts off as an annoying ass girl, but later becomes a fierce woman who looks out for her family through thick and thin. Of course, you got my boy, the comedic relief Sokka, but he basically started off as a misogynistic dick, and he became like the most female-loving, female-protecting character in the entire series. Sokka sees everybody as equals now, not just men and men. And then you have Toph, who goes from a rich kid without a purpose to a friend who creatively thinks of new ways to help her team out. And lastly, you might have my favorite out of all the characters combined. Ladies, hold your screams until the end of the video, please. Okay, I know you might be thirsting over this motherfucker, but I'm talking about Prince Zuko, okay? I said hold the screams. hold them. Prince Zuko go from being the shunned kid who his daddy don't like to being Avatar Aang's best friend and helps him bring world peace. But did you really think I was going to talk about Avatar without talking about the most important character in the entire series? And probably the most meme? Of course, I'm talking about the cabbage merchant guy. I'm pretty sure this was the first time that all of us had our first taste of dark humor, because nothing was more funny than seeing that man get his small business destroyed over and over and over. My cabbages! Damn, and over? My I mean, all he wanted to be was successful, and we just laughed at it because it was funny as hell. We were all evil, and this show was just a good way to express the fact that we are all evil. Now, take a look at this scene. Watch out for my cabbages! No, his cabbages. Wait, who the fuck is this guy? See, it just don't hit the same way, does it? Because even though it's kind of nostalgic like the original, it just doesn't capture that magic and essence the original animated meme did back when you watched it in your adolescence. And I know the concept of remakes and reboots isn't anything new, but for fuck's sake, bro, how many times do we have to see Avatar? Avatar's already had an amazing animated series with a crazy creative story, a terrible movie that nobody ever wants to remember.
My name is Ong, and I'm the Avatar. Time for you to stop doing this!
And 3, an okay Netflix show that for some reason, the only quote I remember it is this.
The Avatar. He ran!
But what the hell, boy?
But after seeing the same story 3 different times, don't you have anything new besides The Legend of Korra? Should I get why the original showrunners of Avatar left the Netflix live action series? Because I guarantee that once they saw that the studio was trying to make a quick profit over a new and improved story, they said, nah, we out of here. Pack your bags and get in this car, we out. I swear, bro, Hollywood executives must be dipping their toes in some sand in the desert almost every day, because Hollywood is so dry of original ideas that all they doing is rebooting these IPs, trying to profit off the old memes. It's just a recurring trend that I keep seeing. Like, I even see it in their marketing for newer shows. Remember Megan from Drake and Josh? And that meme picture of where she's holding that off-brand can of Coca-Cola, is she looking at a computer plotting world domination? Well, Megan, Paramount Plus also saw your Peruvian puff peppers and said, write that down. So they recreated the exact same meme years later just so they can promote the revival of their iCarly series. I won't lie, that shit got me kinda excited. I mean, after all this time, it finally picked up on a story that I felt was left unfinished in the original series. But no, after 3 seasons, it was canceled, and we were left with the biggest cliffhanger of all time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Mom?
Damn, now we'll never get to know who Carly mom is. But hey, at least we know that her father is Jack Black. But it seemed like this show was brought back from Paramount Plus only so they can get quick financial gain and make some easy profit, because it is a streaming service, and since they haven't had many of their own original hits, they just stole a hit off somebody else's show, and it was basically like, hey you, come here. I heard you like these hit memes from this show. Well, you'll love this show and these hit memes, so watch the show. Just tasteless. And even now, reboots are recurring in less than 10 years. Remember Moana, that movie that came out in 2016? Well, now that movie has already gotten a sequel. Now it's about to get a live action movie coming out next year. Come on, people. Just how bad do you really want to see The Rock in a hula skirt and a wig? If he doesn't do the eyebrow meme, then I'm not gonna go to the movie. I would never even go see Moana anyway. Like, I'm 25. I've never seen a kids movie in my life. Like, I would never do it. Hey, it's me. I'm back, and I admit that I was at rehab for watching a bunch of kids movies like The Minions, and that I actually enjoyed it. I'm reformed now. I'm cured. Okay, I'm cured for now. Still, even with this, there are a ton of meme ventures that studios tried to capitalize off of but couldn't properly do it. And the best example that I have of this is a movie that will be talked about for generations. It is pure cinema. It should have won 20 Oscars. It is the movie called Morbius. I'm sure you've heard of it. Now, when this movie was originally announced, it instantly became the hottest topic of all of social media due to the fact that it starred the controversial Jared Leto, who is known as having his own cult, and also being a castmate. So weird when he played the Joker that he sent all of his castmates booty beads and used condoms. That's a hell of a way to get into method acting. Bitch, you finna get these hands. Like, come on, let's go. I'm gonna become Batman in this circumstance. But this movie was about a doctor named Michael Morbius who has a disease that basically hinders everything that he can do in daily life. He can't even walk straight. But how does he cure this disease, you might ask? Well, duh, motherfucker. He cured it how anybody else would cure that disease. He changed his name to Jared Leto and formed the hit band 30 Seconds to Mars. He basically gets power based off of a bat, and he becomes a human vampire. And that's basically the whole plot. So, of course, the second it was released to the masses, nobody gave a shit because all they saw was a beautiful jackpot brewing. And in that jackpot was meme gold. People instantly mocked the poor dialogue.
Who the hell are you, man?
That's Michael Morbius, you dumbass.
I am Venom.
Wait, what movie did I fucking buy? And the biggest meme that spawned from this movie is it's Morbin time. Or the meme where Morbius is at the top of the leaderboards and the top grossing movies. He's #1 and his movies made like $300 billion. Yeah, nah, that didn't happen. In reality, fans trolled Sony so hard with these memes that instead of Sony realizing that fans were laughing at them and not with them, they decided to do the most crazy thing ever and re-release a major flop back into over 1,000 theaters because they thought that the negative word of mouth from a meme would spark a huge uproar and profit from an already failing movie. I mean, what the heliante? What the heli burden? What the hell was Sony thinking putting this movie back in the goddamn theater? And on its opening release day, oh my God, all it sparked was more hot dog water in the fucking movie theater because it only made a mere $82 per theater. But I mean, hey, at least they made enough profit to buy the new Mario Kart World from Nintendo, right? Let me see, when you add the receipt of Mario Kart World and its tax, that makes it cost about $85. Shit, that fucking sales tax. I guess I just have to re-release Morbius for a third time so I can buy the game. Genius. But even with this massive studio failure of meme marketing, there are times that memes have saved an entire franchise from failing before it even started. And all I gotta say is, gotta go fast. When the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was first announced, of course, fans rejoiced everywhere, myself included, because to see a blue hedgehog that you spent countless hours using to raise blue little child that eventually became malnourished because you forgot to feed him finally come to the big screen, you knew it was gonna be something special. That is until the first trailer dropped.
Gotta go fast.
Why does that blue troll have human teeth? There spawned the meme of Ugly Sonic, because fans saw the animation as such a disgrace to the original IP that they made this Ugly Sonic meme to make fun of it. And Paramount Plus did something unheard of after the backlash. They actually listened to the fans and they fixed their mistakes. I don't think you get it. It don't happen. It's unheard of. They postponed the entire movie and redesigned that character from the ground up so it closely matched the original video game design. And fans were happy. They were ecstatic. I mean, it looked great. They fixed that mistake. And what do you know? I actually have an Ugly Sonic meme card right here because it reminds me of the time where studio fucked up so bad that they were forced to fix their mistakes. Now, because of this meme and the studio correcting their design, Sonic franchises went on to have 3 very successful movies. And I can't lie to you, they all fucking slap. The latest one was my favorite. Like, bitch, I'm really a Sonic fan. I got this whole John right here from Sonic Adventure 2. Now, I also find it funny how Disney tried to get in on the meme humor of this and get a slice of the pie. They use Ugly Sonic as a supporting character in their Chip and Dale movie that I almost forgot existed.
I've been offered a new reality show where I do ride-alongs with the FBI. Ugly Sonic, uglier crimes.
But besides Sonic, of course, there have been other successful meme movies like Barbie and Oppenheimer, critically known as Barbenheimer, or Despicable Me. But another huge one that's popped off recently is the Minecraft movie. So Jack Black, please take us to the school of rap.
In the ancient time, an artist led the way.
Now, I'm not about to sit up here and explain the Minecraft gang, 'cause I'm sure most of you already know what it is if you had a childhood. If you didn't, get in a time machine and go experience that because it's goddamn beautiful. But unlike the Morbius movie where people made memes and didn't pay to see the movie, the complete opposite happened for the Minecraft movie. First off, let me just ask the main character of this movie what his name is. Sir, what is your name?
I'm Steve.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Steve.
Okay, I just asked for your name.
Steve.
I don't need to hear anything else.
Steve.
Cut his fucking mic. Now, this movie's about Steve, who's played by Black Jack, and it's a dude who gets trapped into the Minecraft overworld by getting stuck in a portal. But then a few years later, a brother and a sister duo, a real estate agent, and then Aquaman all hop in, and they also get trapped there. And then they get ambushed by these things called mobs that a lot of you should already know what they're called. And then guess who saves their ass in the nighttime?
I'm Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Steve saves their ass. And a powerful pig from the nether tries to basically come through and colonize the entire overworld. Jack Black beats her ass in the end, and everybody wins, and that's the end of the movie. I'm not about to sit up here and say the whole thing because it's a bad movie. Now, almost every line of dialogue that Jack Black has said in this movie has become a meme, and it popped off.
Crafting table. Ender pearl.
The nether.
Some of my personal favorite memes from this movie, I do have some, include Flint and Steel.
Flint and steel.
I
I'm Steve.
Okay. Fuck you. No, you're not anymore. But the last one is lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken. Yes, tasty as hell. That one, it fucking smacks. What can I say? Jack Black singing will always be it. But the biggest one-liner that's taken the world by storm is, of course, the one line of chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
In all my life, I've never seen two words have such a dramatic shift on movie culture, because instead of people going to pay to see a good movie, which this is not, this is a bad movie, people are going to pay to see memes and to say one-liner memes. Just so they can scream chicken jockey at the top of their lungs. Come here. Look, these motherfuckers even brought a real chicken to the theater just for the meme. Now, granted, it is kind of funny and it's harmless, but I feel really bad for the theater workers, because every time a one-liner meme is said, fans throw so much popcorn that it could literally fill up a pool in like 1 second.
Wow, look at that. It took me 3.5 hours.
The theater ended up calling the police, but most of the culprits fled out the fire exit.
They just somehow think that's okay because that's something they see on TikTok.
Now, the director of the Minecraft movie was Jared Hess, a man who directed one of my favorite comedy movies of all time, Napoleon Dynamite. His response to all the popcorn in the theater and the insane crowds was basically like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck as long as they're having fun. And I just know he said that because if more people buy these tickets just to see the memes, that means that the studio is raking in the big bucks, even if the movie is really bad. Because I mean, at the time of this video, the movie's already made like $800 million in the box office, which is insane. And the studio also capitalized on the chicken jockey meme by releasing chicken jockey popcorn buckets. And you know damn well that they want to hit 1 billion in profits so bad that they're milking this meme that even now they're about to have special screenings specifically where audiences are encouraged to sing, dance along, and even meme at the important weird parts of the movie. But weren't they already doing that in the first place? But the fact that memes play such an important role in the media industry now is just completely insane to me. And look, I'm not gonna just sit up here and bash memes because I enjoy them too. I mean, they've been around for a decent amount of time now, and at this point many of us are just seeing new memes pop up daily. And honestly, I get it now, because more people are less likely to get their ass up and go to a movie theater because ticket prices are skyrocketing. It costs almost $16 to see the latest movie, where back then it used to cost like $6. And then why would I pay to see the movie if I know it's just going to be on a streaming service in 3 months? Like, I get it. Because when people see a popular meme that's gaining traction, most will usually have a massive amount of FOMO, and they're gonna try to join in ASAP because people just wanna really have a sense of pop culture, and sometimes hopping on the latest meme can make them feel like they're a part of something that most don't understand. I mean, of course, I don't want to be the only one and go to the movie theater and all my friends know the inside joke, but I don't, because I'm gonna be looking stupid as shit. Chicken jockey. I'm sorry. The only issue I have is when studios try to use that culture from memes to make business decisions and then put out bad movies on purpose because they think that potential meme moments can make them some easy profit. Now for the future, I hope that studios will tone back and come back with original IPs and fresh stories instead of recycling the same thing over and over. I think the best example of a studio making an original movie is the movie of Sinners, because I've seen that movie twice and I'm going to see it again tomorrow because it's just a stellar movie. It might just be the best movie that I've seen in the past decade. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's incredible. First off, it has an amazing plot with great creative direction by the director Ryan Coogler, deep complex characters played by an amazing ensemble cast, beautiful visuals, an intense musical score, and most of all, most of these memes popped off after the movie happened organically and by that good old-fashioned word of mouth. Now, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, because if you don't, I'm gonna make a meme based on you and turn it into the latest box office hit with the worst plot ever. And I'm gonna release popcorn buckets too. Goodbye. That's the end of the video. But I'm Fonze, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.